Good morning. It is Let's Talk Raw with Brooklyn, and I was sitting here and I was doing a little bit of makeup. I woke up really splotchy this morning and did a little zapping, and not just on the face, but some zapping in the brain. But giving myself a really hard time, and I was talking to Cal, my ex-husband, and I was just kind of like, so this is Let's Talk Raw, and I think my videos are pretty sporadic on like what I do. I mean, I'm certified in makeup and aesthetics and things like that, so of course I love skincare and I do unboxings of that nature. But to really get to know me, this is an interesting time if you do start subscribing, because I have made a huge change in my life. It's not just the move back to Los Angeles, which seems huge, but I'm one to go many places many times a year. My choice was, it wasn't even fully my choice. I was kind of, I should be drinking water, but I'm not. Drinking coffee off one of the coasters I make. I've got to make more. They like sold out really quick on Etsy. But anyway, okay. See, there I went on a rabbit trail, just like that's what I do. Like I try to get real with myself in here, and then I find some way to pick myself up. And it's usually superficial and doesn't last very long. Not drugs. I've been sober for that for going on 2 years. And this is a good point. So the first year of sobriety, it's like, ta-da! You don't really do that. I might. Probably have. I'm sure I did. But I'm sober. That's the ta-da I'm talking about. What do you mean, but I'm sober? Yeah, but Mom, I'm sober. But Dad, I'm sober, Well, you get to like the second year, and like, first of all, my family was still helping me quite a bit financially. Bought me a car, all sorts of stuff in February, and I wrecked it in May, and my family was like, screw this. Then they still gave me a little bit of help, and I went, and I had an opportunity to promote the plastic surgeon I've worked with before, my boobs and things. And I took that opportunity, and I still had to spend money, just not as much. And I spent the little bit of money that I was getting some help with, and that really upset my parents and my mom in particular. I had both of them, just their moms would talk, about it. So again, I made a stupid decision, and I couldn't say, but I was sober, because that sounds really dumb, because I shouldn't have done that sober. I told myself it was an investment, as in still being a model at 37. But here's the funny thing. I come to Los Angeles. I'm supposed to get here, get planted, email my agent. I reached recent pictures, and I have plenty of recent pictures. I've done some work in the last few months, even the music video and whatnot. I have a documentary coming up, and it still calls for hair and makeup and cameras and action and lighting and blah. It's still a job. It's still a job, whether you're telling about your life or yourself or being a part of. It's not my production company. I've been asked to do this. I'm so excited. I am so excited, and I see now where the Lord is leading me. And like I said yesterday, a lot of times the one thing you don't want to do is the one thing you're supposed to do. And it's important to me, because it really makes me feel like my heroin addiction and my addictions in general weren't completely in vain. I now get to help protect others from making the same mistakes. Most importantly, my own children. Okay, so biggest fear is my kids turn out like me. Doesn't that just sound so hopeful? So I come here. It takes me a couple weeks longer to get the residence, and to do that, I get the residence. We've only been in the residence for 5 days, and I re-enrolled in film school, and I was enrolled last May, and I sort of let it fall, I dropped the ball. So I'm re-enrolled, and it's supposed to start October 29th, and which I'm really excited about. And then other things I need to do that my mom has basically made mandatory before she speaks to me is make sure I get doctors in order, as I make very clear I'm bipolar and I struggle with that. And it's very important that I stay on medication to help myself stay sober. I'm only on 2 medications at the moment, so it's not much, but it's very expensive to have bipolar. Anyway, so I've done those things I'm supposed to do. Here I am 37, having to email pictures to prove that I've done the things that I said I would do, and blah, blah. And why am I doing this? Just to have a relationship with my mom. That's just really strained right now. But here's the deal. I have done those things, but I have hardly left my apartment to go for a walk. My first 2 weeks I was here, I saw the friends I wanted to see, and I went out and did a few things, did lunch, dinner, went to a couple friends' homes. Then the novelty wears off and the reality hits, and it's like, okay, I'm here. Reality hit, my dad's not working on Sunset anymore. I can't go sit in his office, bring him coffee, feel accomplished for the day. I brought my dad coffee, lunch, whatever it is I do. I talk to him, I get advice, whether I follow it or not. I feel like I've done something worse than him, because here is my dad, who's very successful and made something of himself, self-made man. He's no longer here. He's now in Las Vegas, and everybody's getting older. My mom's getting older. She's accomplished. My sister owns a business. She's accomplished. And then here's me, the baby, who has just lived this life of, I have been spoiled rotten, and I'll be the first to tell you that. And so here I'm at 37, and my family's like, no more. I still get, I wouldn't even call it spousal support from Cal. He wants to help, and he does help to the degree that he can, and it's so helpful. It's so amazing, and I'm so grateful because he doesn't have to do that. It's not a court-mandated thing. Alimony has been over for years, and he still helps me, and that's amazing, and I'm grateful. But I am struggling with a serious amount of fear right now. I will do these videos with you, and I will smile, and I'll walk around the block or do my 30-minute exercise and do a video, and I do. I have moments where I feel great, and I think everything's fine. It usually is when I'm exercising, or right after. But I'm telling you, y'all, I am in the place that I've always felt most comfortable. Besides Germany, when I was a child, Germany was kind of right inside me, and I would love to go home to Germany, but that's not an option. I grew up in Germany until I was 15, if anybody who didn't know. And then since then, it's been Los Angeles and Georgia for the most part. So, anywho, and then I met my husband when I was barely 18, and he had just gotten drafted to the Atlanta Hawks, and to know that whirlwind. So from mommy and daddy pacifying me to my husband pacifying me, and then in the midst of all that, this last 20 years have been a fight of addiction and trying to properly diagnose me, which finally happened through the help of Dr. Phil. That's not what I thought, or any of us thought the show was going to completely be about, but it ended up being about that. And I got sent to a trauma center for PTSD for things that have happened in my past. We all have trauma. Things happen. I'll talk a little bit about it in the documentary, but there's no need to go fully into it. We all have it. I'm not downplaying what things that happened, and it hurts and it sucks, but that's not why. That's not why I'm sitting here today. I'm sitting here today because I'm 37 years old and I have been pacified, and I have to figure out a way to soothe myself and take care of the bills. Well, I don't know how to do either properly. So the first year of sobriety was ta-da, and everybody's like, oh, I'm so proud, let's buy you a car, let's make sure you're safe. And I messed that up, and so now everyone's like, well, let's see if she can stay safe and sober on her own. She was almost 40 after all, and her daughter's about to go to college. So, my oldest daughter. So, I'm coming to the realization that, one, I can't financially help with my daughter's college, and that's a shitty feeling. And two, I can't financially fully take care of myself. I am not good with money. I am not good with time. I am not good with any of the things that you need to be with as an adult. It's like I know what to do, and I'm really good at lists, and I am amazing at fixing everybody else's problems. I know exactly what to do and how to do it. But because of my anxieties and fears, I have a hard time going and doing it myself. I know who to call to pay the bills. I know direct deposit. I know how to make money. I know how to spend money. But when it's the only option I have to do it myself, it's like I run and I quill and I just want to go under a rock. So that's what I'm dealing with, to the point that even going for my exercise walks, or like put on my sunglasses, be invisible, and like just, I didn't realize coming back to Los Angeles without having the protection of either with Cal playing ball or my dad being right there on Sunset, or the protection of age, being in my 20s, you know, I don't have any of that anymore. So I'm like not only starting fresh, I'm starting fresh at 37 years old, and with like a mound of dreams and a mound of opportunities that I surpassed for heroin, for men, lovingly for my children because I wanted to have babies. So those were years amazingly spent, and I should still be spending them with my children. But because I passed up the opportunities I passed up, there's this, I got my Jesus hole filled, but there's this other hole that's just like really wide open, this wound that is just will not close until I physically sew it up myself. And how I do that is I finish the film school I wanted to finish, and I fully start one half a semester doesn't count. So let's say start the film school I've been meaning to fully start. Take hold of my bipolar, accept it, stay on the medication long enough to, which I've been doing now. I've been on medication fully for a year now. They're the right one, and I feel so much better, but I still struggle, and there's no magic pill, there's no magic anything. You know, failure is not an option at this point. Failure to me would be not finished. Failure would be anything at this point. Anything. Like, I'm at the end. So failure is anything. I mean, relapsing is a means of suicide at this point, because there's no way that's even a possibility. And for a million reasons I can go into, and I won't. So this video is just to be like, hey y'all, I'm fucking losing it, but it's okay, because it is reality, and this is Let's Talk Raw. And so I come on here and I do my makeup and my skincare, which are out of my top 5 loves. You know, besides my family, my kids, and all that, I'm talking about career-wise and just the outside love of you know, my children and the unconditional things. I'm talking about the things I enjoy doing hobby-wise, and then I'm educated. So just had to make that clear, because for some reason people like to leave comments about my mothering. And that's fine. That's warranted. That's fine. But the majority of my problem is my mom guilt. The majority of my struggles are my anxiety and my bipolar, that I know I made worse with my drug use, but I also know from my family history that I was born with. And I chased that dragon because there was a disconnect, and I have completely and fully accepted that. And because if I don't, I will relapse. And in my case, I will. If I don't fully accept something's not connecting, and that's only a temporary fix. It's simple. It's simple. It's like simple math. It's adding 1 + 1 means 2. It's whatever. It's just it's freaking laws of gravity. All right. In my case, it is that simple. So even in my fears, I sound like I'm confident when really I'm not. I'm fearful. So I have planned to go on 7 walks this week. I went on 3. And only 1 did I do the full 45 minutes. And in that 45 minutes, I ran into 2 people from my past, not necessarily bad people at all. In fact, they're sober, been sober for quite some time. But just like, it's like when you move back to a place you know most everybody, it's hard to have your own time and your own space, whatever. And what's the big deal, right? We're like, hey, Brooklyn, you know, hi. And I'm like, what? You know? So I guess what I'm saying is I'm getting to the point in my sobriety that I'm having to live with my fears, live with my doubts, and all that swimming in my head, and not do a damn thing about it except the next right thing. And sometimes the next right thing is turning on Netflix and just zombieing out. But I can't do that forever. Because the goal of coming out here was finishing school, being able to help with the baby's college. We've already accepted that I can't help with Rachel Cates. But I am going to do my damnedest to be there to help with Sienna and Lily, no matter how much Cal makes. I just want to be a part of their growth in life and the right things. I wish that I was pushed more to go to school. My sister finished college, she has a master's degree, But that didn't happen, so stop dwelling, moving on. So really my life started again last January, like really did it start. And then I bucked up and wrecked my car that my family bought me, in particular my sister. And now it's like no help, except I do get help from Cal, thank God. And I'm really grateful for that, but it's nothing like what it was. Like, my rent's not paid, my bills aren't paid, But I'm telling you, he has gone to all lengths to help me because he knows how hard I'm fighting to do the right thing. And, he fully understands it's literally one step at a time. And, so I do have a great support system. And I do have a roof over my head. And I do have a bunch of crap. I didn't go to church today because I was going to do laundry. And I didn't have the car. We're sharing one car. So, but I need to make that a priority. I need to make a lot of things priorities, not just in my head, but like with my feet included. I just need to do it. And stop hiding from it. Whatever I think is going to combust and blow up and happen, whatever I think whoever cares so fucking much or who doesn't, I need to get over it and be as fearless as I am on this channel and as fearless as I was on the set of that music video with the words of that song that were my life. I need to be that fearless when I escaped from that mental institution in that music video, which was a true story, which was real. I need to be as fearless as those times. I need to be as fearless as the time I was facing prison and had to sit there and wait until I was exonerated. I need to be that kind of fearless, that kind of driven. And my freedom depends on it. Because it does. Because it does. Because my freedom and my independence depends on it. Thank you for this talk. And I'm going to go ahead and post this. I don't know. I never know what to title my videos. I never know, so many words. I'm still learning all that, and the analytics and all that stuff. I probably just spend some more time on that. But instead, I'm going to put on a little more highlighter. I'm going to go for a walk and listen to a video from YouTube on what better to do. This is Kylie Jenner, by the way. I love her highlighter. This one's called Lightning Bolts. And that's what I need to do. I need to be a lightning bolt in my life. I love this stuff. It's so fun. And it's like this beautiful golden color. Only thing I can say is that it really does spill. So you really do need to dust it in the top and still blow on it. Again, I'm diverting. Look at me. I'm diverting. I'm giving you a makeup lesson. Y'all, I hope y'all have a great Sunday. And thanks for listening. Thanks for being part of my channel. I hope you hit that subscribe button. I never say that enough in my videos. So I'll probably do a little thing at the beginning. Anyway, thanks again. This is Let's Talk Girl. Tap that bell, hit subscribe. All I can say if you stick around with me is that this is a journey and I'm trying to figure it out. And hopefully less and less of these videos will be in this apartment and more and more will be in different places while I'm and conquering those fears. Thanks for joining me again. I'm Brooklyn with an I on Let's Talk Raw. Bye.